Hello, and how is everybody doing? I am doing this new form of communication to hopefully change things up a bit. First and foremost, I want to tell everybody excellent job on your discussions. I'm so proud of you. I think this is one of the best semesters I've ever had in discussions. You're all referencing outside sources, using your own personal experience. It's such a rich dialogue. I love it. And I could see it's filled with a lot of critical thought. Yay! Good job, everybody. Um, Grades also should be up for that in your papers thus far. Um, the reason for this video I am doing is to give a quick lesson in APA formatting. I noticed in a lot of papers, some of you, not all of you, some of you were having a bit of problems with formatting and in the writing. So this is just a little quick lesson to help you deal with that. Okay, so I got certain sections, a few of you, I just grabbed pieces from your paper. So if you see it, um, that's where I got it from. Thank you. And there's no names attached to anything, so they shouldn't be identifiable. Okay, so we'll start with this example right here. This is what's stated. The problems I see with this is this highlighted portion in the article. Um, what I would expect, I got this from the reference page. You get the author's names because authors' names deserve credit because they wrote the paper. So what I would do is take out in the article and give the authors credit, say their names, state their names, suggest that the study was based on. So you give the author their credit that they deserve, and then of course you put the page number at the end followed by the period. So this is a way to better, to enhance that thing and make it correct in APA and also give the authors the credit they deserve. Oops. Okay, so for my next example, this one, I don't know if you could see the mistake that was made here. It is a direct quote. It does have the page number, but whenever you state the author's name, which is what I expect because they deserve the credit, you need to include the year immediately after the author's name. So it should read like this instead of having the year at the end with the page number, and then at the end the page number is by itself at the end. Okay? Then to our next example, I highlighted these examples. Many of you did this. In place of this article, you put the study, this article, the paper, this research. So for this example, they used the article and the research, but many of you inserted in place of the red articles, the study, the research, this article, this paper, which is okay, but as graduate students, you need to be using your author's name. So instead of saying this article, you would state, I didn't get the authors' names for this, but I'm just going to use my name for clarification. So you would say Ortiz Gallegos, and then followed by the year, whichever year your article is. Use several theories and experiments. Okay, so you would use the author's name because whoever wrote this article deserves the credit that they deserve because they did write it. And the results correlated with the researchers. So instead of saying the researcher, you state their name again because they did write it. And when you're not citing the text, just their name, you don't need to use the year. So that's how I would enhance that thing and make it correct in APA. And also we need to give the authors the credit they deserve. Also, here's another note. When you are paraphrasing, you only need to include the author and the year after your paraphrase. And when you use direct quotes, you include the author's last name, the year, and also the page number. And as shown above, if you use the author's name at the beginning of the sentence, immediately followed by the year and the page number at the end. And also right here I included, this is the online writing lab. If you haven't gone here, I would encourage you to. And right here, I know your video synthesis are due today. And here's the thing, how to cite um, interviews. You also have to do interviews, motion pictures, videotape, broadcast or series, television, everything's on here that you will need for this. Also on the left hand side you could see all the authors and your reference pages. I didn't grade too harshly this time because it was your first paper, so I'll take you back to our home page. And these are my forms of communication. Skype is always the best way to communicate me. It's if I'm on my computer.